I just realized I forgot lipstick. Son of a bitch. Huda. Huda. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Then you go jump to the front row. Front row. Consider picking up the Huda Beauty Mercury Beach a long time. But your favorite summer palettes are Chez Blah. I can never get through it. Can't get through that damn video without fucking up. That's part of my charm. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I do know that it has been a minute. I have no excuse. Anyway, so today I have seen multiple YouTubers that I follow go over their must-have spring palettes. So I thought, I'll take it a step further. Let's jump into summer. I wanted to mix it up a little bit, try and throw in some palettes that maybe I haven't talked about. So I dug into my stash and I picked 10 palettes that I think would be really suitable to summertime. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so we are going to start off with Huda Beauty. This one is a newer palette to me. It is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. So this palette is full, super fun and unique colors, textures that would allow you to get a fun, summery look. So it has your more neutral tones, has your more plum tones. Then you jump up to the top row and you just jump into a whole lot of fun. Here are some of the shimmers. Very pretty. Yes. Yes. The shimmers go on super pigmented without even having to spray my brush. The mattes are ultra creamy. Here are just 3 of the mattes. It's a beautiful palette. It's fun. It can get you to step outside of your box. If you have not already, consider picking up the Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. Moving on, I am going to jump into one of my girls, one of my faves, Miss Charlotte Tilbury. And this is not a palette that I hear anybody talk about, but I think it is super pretty. To me, summer is all about that bronzy and gold colors. So this is the Bella Sophia palette. And I just think it has some of the most beautiful golds in there. And I like this one because I feel like you can get a complete look. Sometimes I feel like some of her palettes you can't, you sometimes have to dig into another palette. Oh, Miss Mercury Retrograde stained me. But I just feel like they're beautiful. Look at that one. All you would have to do is just throw that on the lid and call it a day, and you have a beautiful look for summertime. I am going to talk about Tom Ford. I have recently found myself on a journey of Tom Ford palettes. I am trying to step outside of my box. I did it today to where I don't feel like I need a matte eyeshadow on the outer corner and a shimmer shadow on the lid. And Tom Ford is all about that blown out, you know, soft, shimmery look. And I have been trying to tiptoe into that area. This one is so beautiful. Is the Tom Ford Nude Dip palette. could just get that really soft gold smoky look to the eye. You got a little pop of like a bronzy there, then you can get into your deeper. Oh, it is a beautiful palette. Moving along, we're going to talk about Colourpop. So Colourpop has many palettes that I could have put in here, many palettes that I have talked about in the past. But this one I wanted to give a little love because I feel like it's a very fun palette. It just reminds me of summer. And this is the Uh Huh Honey palette. Oh, it's so pretty. It reminds me of just sunflowers and bright sunny days. And this is an incredibly pigmented palette. Look at that. Like, it's like $8 to $12, something like that. That palette is more pigmented than some of the name brand high-end palettes that I paid triple what I paid for that palette. So if you have not checked out the Uh Huh Honey palette or any of the monochromatic palettes in general, you're missing out because they are amazing. Jumping back over to Huda Beauty. This one is not new, but she's beautiful. It is the Huda Beauty Nude Light palette. Look at that. That is just 4 of the shades. Oh, it's so pretty. You get your rose golds, your more toffee browns, and then you got a pop of that lilac. Sometimes her metallic shades can be lackluster, but they are not in the nude collection, the original one. There's the nude light, nude dark, and I forget what the other one was, but that one is my favorite. We're going to be talking about the most expensive one. Please do not judge this palette. This is my personal palette, and she's been well loved, okay? This is Natasha Denona, and this is the Biba palette. You got browns, golds, bronzes for days. This palette is a makeup artist's dream. So many beautiful neutral colors that are so blendable. The golds in this palette are some, like the Monroe shade is one of my personal favorites. That is this guy. Oh, just look at that. It is literally like liquid metal on your eyeballs. She's not cheap, but she is worth it. So right now Sephora is having their Sephora sale, so now would be a great time to pick it up if you have not gotten it already. Next, we're going to be talking about a brand that is new to me. This is the first order that I placed from this brand, and let me tell you, I got a blush, a regular powder blush. I got a serum blush, and then I got this palette. This is the M Cosmetics Divine Skies palette. First of all, look how adorably compact is that. It's like a little nugget, and you get 6 shades in there. How precious. What is on my arm? How precious is that? It's like a little orange. This palette just spoke to me. It's so pretty. And the shades are like butter. The shades just blend seamlessly without very much effort. So this is an amazing palette for beginners. M Cosmetics, I definitely recommend checking them out if you have not already. Their blushes are amazing. You get such a pigment with the tiniest little tap. Yes. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about Miss Pat Mcgrath. This one was actually sent to me by a very close friend, Miss Mel Thompson. This is, I have the shittiest time reading what her palettes are called. Says MMXV something. I probably sound like an asshole right now, but anyway. Oh, look at that. It's definitely more of an accent palette. These are a very intense shimmer to almost glittery, but they are beautiful. That is that palette. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell it's called, but I will link it down below so that I don't look like a total idiot. There's 2 more palettes left. The Viseart Violette palette. This palette has been talked about ad nauseum, I feel like, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It is the perfect palette for somebody that is looking to dip their toes into something more colorful and might be a little scared because, you know, that's like a beautiful shifty green purple. There's your brightest purple, and then there is just such a beautiful, I'm a sucker for that kind of shade. That's similar to that shade Monroe that I mentioned from Biba. It is like a taupey rose brownish gold. Lots of different things. And last but not least, and I have had this palette for probably about a month and a half or so, and I literally just picked it up the other day and used it. It is the Tartlet So Juicy palette. I've heard people compare it to the Tarte Aspen Ovard palette. I never personally tried that myself, but if it was anything like this palette, I can understand the hype. You just have such a beautiful mixture from all the way from so natural all the way to these beautiful berry shades. You have so many transition and complement shades. I fell in love with this palette when I used it the other day, and I cannot believe it took me so long to actually pick it up, and I'm going to be using it again. I would love to know what your guys' favorite summer palettes are. I want to say a special shout out to one of my viewers. She was a winner of my Mel Thompson Sydney Grace Tiny Marbles palette. It was the first piece of mail that I have ever gotten from somebody that watched my channel, and it made me cry. I'm gonna cry. It was Maureen. She follows me on here. She came from Mel's channel. She is the sweetest person I have ever come in contact with. She sent me the nicest, most heartfelt card thanking me for the palette. She absolutely loves it, and I am so glad because it is a beautiful palette. Okay guys, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.